Okay, next let's talk West Side for a second because that's where I'm at. I'm out of Waianae. And so typically Makaha to Nanakuli, like that whole West Side zone, it's the last place to really see a market change because it just takes longer to get equity out here. You really have to hold it to see a reward. And then just to note, like traditionally, this West Side area is known to be the lowest price region on Oahu. So way lower than Waimanalo. I'm trying to even think of what would be comparable. It's kind of its own thing. It's just previous to pandemic, you could get a home out here for like $500,000. Let's talk about what it is today. Okay, so the Waianae area jumped up 27% to $720,000 for a median home price in this area. Before this, if we go back 1 year, so January 2021, the median price point in Waianae was $569,000.
I don't feel anything.
All right, Hawaii, the government is dropping more money to you for free. Listen up. So the Honolulu City and County just released this new down assistance program for residents, which is badass. But basically it allows residents to borrow up to $40,000 for down payment assistance with zero interest, meaning you can get a $40,000 loan and you don't have to pay any interest on that. You just have to pay $166 a month to pay that off within 20 years. If you pay it off early, let's say instead of $150 a month, you want to do $300 a month, pay that sucker off in 10 years, even better. So what's the scoop, right? Obviously there's a catch. You do need to be within the 80% and below of the median income rate for Honolulu. So what does that look like for a family of four? If you have 2 kids, right? So mom, dad, 2 kids, we're looking at below $96,000 in annual income for your family. I think that's pretty easy for most of us to stay within that or under. So you would qualify for this, and all you have to do is come up with 5% of the purchase price of your own cash to put down towards your loan, and then you can get access to this $40,000 loan in addition to really help get you that property now. And it doesn't just apply to places in Honolulu, actually, it's the whole island. So anywhere on Oahu that's below $605,000 in purchase price, which gets you a condo, to be honest. Yes, you could find a home out in Waianae, but most of us are not going to want to drive that far. I live out there, I know. But for the majority of you, that's going to be a condo on central Oahu or in town. And that's still really realistic, right? You can find something for $450 to $550 that's a 2-bedroom condo that comes with 2 parking spots and has a washer dryer in the unit. Like, that is totally doable. But this is not a one-size-fits-all situation. It's definitely something where you're going to want to work with a realtor or definitely reach out to a lender. And if you don't have a local lender already, I'd be happy to refer you to some of my top ones. Really great personalities and just awesome people in general that I know you're going to vibe with. And they're going to break it down for you, right? Biggest thing is we don't want you to be house poor. So it has to make sense with your debt to income ratio. They're going to run the numbers. What's your income? What's your monthly payments that you owe? How much cash reserves do you have? Is this a good fit? We'll break it all down, make sure you feel really confident about the decision, and then let's go get it. So if you want to check the income limits for a bigger family or a smaller family, here's the link. I don't know if I can actually link this, but I'm going to try. I'm just going to put the text and you guys are going to have to go look it up. But it's something to consider, and the funds are only available while they last. This is not like a bottomless pit of money. This is just a certain budget that the government has to kind of give back to locals and help them get into home ownership because it is getting harder and harder. So take advantage of it. And then if you have other questions or concerns, or you just want to know more about buying a home here for the first time, I would be more than happy to sit down. You can schedule a call in my bio and let's go get it. I'm so excited.
I'd like to make my $2,800 mortgage payment. Great, thank you very much. And would you like to pay an extra $500 per month? Why would I do that? Well, it would save you over $100,000 worth of interest, and you'd be able to pay it off 7 years faster. Wow, that's some good savings. But can I do you one better? Like what? If I invested that extra $500 per month into a low-cost index fund with a 7% return, I could make over $340,000 in that same time frame. Save $100,000 or make $341,000. That's a no-brainer. Who taught you this? Addison did. She's making me rich. That's why I follow her.
All right, Hawaii, this one's not a fun one, but here we go. According to Hawaii Business, if you are making below $36,000 a year, it's considered extremely low income or homeless. If you can make between $72,000 to $169,000 a year, you're considered workforce and you could rent or possibly buy. Okay, so quick update on the offer that we put out for my own house, right? Because this is my first time now. I'm in the saddle as a buyer instead of an agent, and it feels very different. But what happened was it was listed at 6:30, and it's a complete, I don't even know, garbage can. That's all I can describe it. There's hoarders living there. There's literally like an aisle to walk through all the stuff, like piles everywhere. You cannot see the surface of any place in the house. It's absolutely disgusting. The ceiling fans have never been cleaned in 5 years. There's like 2 inches of fuzz on everything. So it's listed at 630, and we offered $575 just to see if they would bite, because we ran the numbers and we're gonna have to put about $75,000 of our own money into this to like completely gut it. New kitchen, new bathrooms, new flooring, new paint, all new light fixtures. Like, it's a lot. It's 1,200 square feet in Mililani, and they rejected it out the gate, and it's also a flat fee agent. Okay, so I did my best. And then I came back and I said, okay, would they take it for 600? Like, we're willing to go up to 600. Comps for this similar project are about 675, and there's even one listed at 699 right now that's completely renovated. So I know the value's there, but I'm not going to overpay for it. Got rejected again. And so it happens. And I just kept the attitude of like, if it will be, it will be, right? If this isn't the right house, that's okay. There will be another one. But it's kind of fun to be in the game, and like, it gets your adrenaline going, and it's exciting. And just like my clients, like, I get super excited about them, but it's very different when it's your own bank account tied to the property. But in the meantime, we've applied for Kohina, which is those 2 and 3 bedroom condos in Ho'opili. Applications are due today, which is Friday, by 5 p.m. and they'll do the lottery draw on Sunday. Those are running about $537, I think, $537,000 for a 2-bedroom. So I'm willing to sacrifice my living space, because it'd be like 887 square feet for a 2-bedroom. I'm willing to do that for a year and live in there with a VA loan, and then plan to rent it out. Because just the equity's there, and like anything new construction, it's going to be super easy to rent out, and the value is going to be there. It's going to grow regardless of what the market's doing with recession and stuff. This property is going to hold value for a really long time. So I'm hoping that we get something that sticks for that. If we don't get the lottery, then we'll probably be applying for Koa Ridge's next release. If they have another one, I think it's, I want to say it's Walea, which is the townhomes as well, that are like similar floor plans and price range. But we'll see. And in the meantime, I'm having fun, just taking my time. I mean, we're blessed that we have a place to live and we're not in a huge rush. It's more so the right property has to come along. But I'm going to keep documenting my journey as a buyer now, as a realtor buyer. This is the fun part. So let me know what you guys think and tag along. Alrighty, in another episode of House Hunting in Hawaii, here is the update. So, from Kohina's release, their lottery release, right, for Ho'opili, we got pick number 27 out of 31 available homes. There's over 100 people that applied, so we felt very lucky that we even got number 27, because we thought, oh my gosh, for sure, we're going to be able to pick something that we like. So out of the 31 units, 2 of them were 2 bedrooms. We really didn't want to spend more than $600,000, so we were okay with the 2 bedrooms that were 800 square feet. Fast forward, we got selected on Sunday, and then Monday went by, no news. Tuesday, I got an email in the afternoon that said, unfortunately, all the units that you selected have already been chosen. Womp womp. Please look out for the next release. Which is always real fun. So I just emailed back and I said, okay, like, out of curiosity, how many people in front of us was our last pick taken? Because if we were like 2 people off or 3 people off, had number 25 or 26 taken our last one, there might be good luck that somebody might drop out and then we can scoop it up. Because what they'll do is, if somebody does cancel, then it goes back to the order of lottery draw, right? And so we have an opportunity. But at this time, I'm really just telling myself, if it's meant to be, it will be. It will be easy. I won't have to chase it. So we're kind of back to the hunt. I am going on a showing today for myself at 4 just to check it out. It's one in Makakilo. It's been on the market for 10 days and just fell out of escrow and came back on market. So I think that's why it's competitive, but it's got really good ocean views, so I'll be sure to take some video for you guys. But it's listed at $610,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. HOA is doable at like $450 a month. The thing about Makakilo is it's older, so it was built in 1978, but this one is renovated at least. It's just the exteriors aren't as cute because they're so old, but that's where it's pros and cons. I know the value's there. I know it's going to appreciate well. but we're gonna check it out. And if we like the building, if we like the area, then we know the second that something comes on market, I can jump on it because we already are familiar with the complex and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. We're just playing it by ear. We're trying to be patient with the process, and we'll see what comes.
And you're one of the first to say, we're not working from home for COVID anymore. We are working from home for good.
We're working from home. You can go to an office if you'd like. You can work in the United States. And if you're in New York City and you want to move to upstate New York, we're not going to lower your pay. We're not going to adjust it to the standard of living. And the reason why is I do think eventually within countries, wages for people working on laptops are going to start to converge. And people are going to be moving around a lot more. And so we wanted to just lead what I thought was an inevitable trend. My prediction is this is where the world's going to be 10 years from now. And all the CEOs hauling their employees back to the office, that's their prerogative. But here's what I would say. The companies with the best talent will usually win. And if you are limiting your talent to a commuting radius, you're not going to have the best people because the best people will live everywhere.
All right, you guys have got to see this report that just came out about affordability on Oahu. It's pretty crazy. So what they're saying is that if you make up to $143,000 in income, you could potentially buy a single family home for $1 million. If you make up to $66,000, you could potentially buy a condo for up to $485,000. So it made me stop and I was like, what? How did they figure this out? Zoom in a little bit and you'll see the median household income is divided by the qualifying income to get this indexed score that they're using. And what they're doing is they're making sure that your monthly payment would not be more than 30% of your annual income for the month, if that makes sense. So they're by using these numbers on a 30-year mortgage with a 20% down, this is how the numbers spit out. Super interesting. Of course, talk to a lender.